Sophie found the apartment on Oak Street, small one-bedroom, cheap rent, perfect for a struggling artist. The floorboards creaked a welcome. The radiator hissed its ancient song. A single window looked out onto the street below. Dust motes danced in the weak afternoon sun. Sophie unpacked her easel, paints and brushes. A jumble of canvases leaned against the wall, filled with half-finished dreams. She ran her hand over the rough surface of one. A shiver touched her spine. The apartment felt cold, unusually so. She pushed the feeling aside. Work to do. The city thrummed outside, a dull roar against the silence of the apartment. Sophie began to sketch, charcoal dancing on paper. The shadows in the room deepened. She never noticed, not at first. The first sign was the bed. Sophie woke one morning, disoriented. It had moved, shifted a foot from the wall. Impossible, she thought. I would have woken, but the dust beneath was undisturbed. A trick of the mind, she decided, sleep-fogged imagination. Then came the noises. At night, soft scrapes beneath her bed, rustling, a thump. Sophie lay awake, heart hammering. She imagined rats, large and cunning, but the landlord found nothing, just old building noises, he'd said with a shrug. His gaze lingered too long. Sleep became a fragile thing. Sophie would wake with a gasp, the feeling of being watched heavy on her chest. She began to leave the lights on, a small comfort in the growing darkness. She told herself it was just the stress. New city, new apartment, it was taking its toll. Days grew stranger. Sophie's paintbrushes would be rearranged on her easel, her jewelry box left open on the dresser. Small things, easily dismissed, but the unease grew, a knot in her stomach. She started to feel like a puppet, her movements observed by unseen eyes. The phone rang one evening, a wrong number, but the voice on the other end, a hushed whisper close to the receiver. "He's watching you," it breathed. Then the line went dead. Sophie stood frozen, the dial tone buzzing in her ear. Paranoia, she told herself. It had to be. Except the window was open, just a crack, but Sophie always kept it locked. Fear, sharp and cold, washed over her. Someone had been inside. Someone was watching her. The apartment, once a sanctuary, now felt like a cage. The final straw came one night as Sophie lay in bed, unable to sleep. A floorboard creaked near the foot of her bed, then another. Slow, deliberate footsteps. They stopped right beside her. She held her breath, fear a living thing in her chest. Then a whisper. So close, she felt the warmth of breath on her skin. "Look under the bed, Sophie." The voice was deep, raspy, laced with amusement. Sophie's eyes flew open, staring into the darkness. She scrambled back, heart pounding against her ribs. Light! She needed light. Fumbling for the bedside lamp, she flicked it on. The room was empty. Silence, heavy and thick, pressed down on her. Except there was something else, something beneath the bed, a glint of metal in the shadows. With trembling hands, Sophie reached under the bed. Her fingers closed around a small, leather-bound journal. The leather was cold, almost damp. She pulled it out, flipping it open. Her name stared back at her, scrawled in elegant cursive on the first page. The journal detailed Sophie's every move, her daily routines, her phone calls, her late-night anxieties. It was all there, documented in chilling detail. The stalker had been watching her, recording her life as if she were a subject in some twisted experiment. The last entry simply read, "She'll never leave now." Sophie didn't wait to find out what it meant. She fled the apartment that night, leaving everything behind. The journal, the whispers, the unseen eyes. It was too much. She told herself she wouldn't look back, wouldn't let the fear control her. Weeks later, a new tenant moved into the apartment on Oak Street. He was young, eager to start his life in the city. Unpacking boxes one day, he noticed a loose floorboard in the bedroom. Prying it open, he discovered a small, dusty crawl space, and beneath it, a sketch pad. He picked it up, flipping through the pages, sketches of the apartment, of the street outside, and then a drawing that made him catch his breath. It was a woman, fast asleep in bed. Her face was turned away, but the image was unmistakable. It was Sophie, and she was smiling.